Moon. Hello.
Oh my gosh, it's a T-Burg. Hello, how are you?
Good. And yourself? Long time no see.
Long time no see. We totally haven't been sitting here talking and troubleshooting for the last hour and a half. That hasn't been happening.
Not since 8:30. You're crazy. two and a half hours ago.
The important thing is we're here and we are ready to do the dang thing. And the dang thing is a little series I like to call NPC Chat, where I get together with a friend and watch them play a game that they like and that let them talk about it with us and talk to them about them. And today it's T-Burg. You were nominated. How do you feel since winning this award?
I feel great. When you first asked me, you didn't really ask me. You just said in your stream, hey, I want to do some podcast things. T-Burg, yeah, I'm looking at you. That's all you said. It wasn't really a question. And I was like, okay, let's fucking go. And sometimes on stream, people say things. Oh, yeah, we'll totally meet up. We'll get KBBQ, whatever. And they don't.
Yeah.
They live maybe near you, and now is the opportunity to come out because we have friends in town and they don't come through. So when you messaged me after with the details that day, I was like, oh, he was legit.
Always legit. I never play the fool for those things because I think it's important that we get together and actually, because nobody knows this, but we don't know each other that well. We haven't known each other that long, but it's a get to know you thing, right? But it's not just for people watching and for our friends. It's for just us in general,
Agreed.
I'm gonna learn. I'm assuming in the next 30 minutes I'm gonna learn something disturbing, but we'll see.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What? But I thank you for giving me this time and for not sitting with me for 2.5 hours troubleshooting. That's very, very kind of you. Very gracious.
No. It didn't happen at all. We're not even gonna think about that. We're just gonna let's just do the thing. I mean, First of all, what are we playing? Tell us what we're playing today.
So once upon a time, there was an old console, not the oldest, but very old. It's called PlayStation. And the first PlayStation, it's very old, came out with a game called Alundra. I found out about Alundra because I went to my mother's friend's house, and they were doing their thing, and they just throw the kids together. They just smash them together. Be friends, go away. And at the time, I was 12, 13. The son was a teenager. I think he was already out of high school, and he was deaf. And he was playing this game. And I mean, Zelda all the way, but it didn't look like that. So I'm sitting with him, and I'm just kind of enamored because I can read some of the dialogue, and it was like heavy. And he was writing to me in the little notebook what it was and how much he loved the game and why. And I was able actually to rent it. I kept note of what this game was. I mean, there weren't very many games for PlayStation at the time. So I kept note.
You see something good, you hold on to it. When you see something good, you just keep that in the bank.
Yeah, I mean, we memorize people's phone numbers. I can memorize this name. So I see it in a video rental place called Video Hut. It's a local video rental, and I grab it. And when I turned it on, the first scene, people were dying. I'm like, oh shit, this is no Zelda. But I could not stop playing. And even now, coming on to Twitch, the first people I looked for were folks who were also playing Alundra. And I found a woman who did her name. She goes by Carla Cutie, I think. It was a long time ago when I first jumped on and saw her, but I couldn't believe that she was playing my game. I'd never met anybody else who, first of all, knew this game, besides that one kid, and let alone a female. So I'm like, shit, I can do this. But no one cares about my obscure games but you.
That's not true. Some people use that as a character trait, but it's just a cool little thing. I mean, there's so many gems from early era gaming that people just don't know about because there was no access to that stuff. It's not like today where a developer puts the game on the internet for anyone to download from any wireless connection if they've got $10, So
right.
It's cool to hear about these little gems that we don't get to see. And I mean, I'm obviously eager to see what it's about. People
Yeah.
dying sounds good.
Yeah, people dying. That's how it started. It went hard. Dark Link, I like to call it. It's puzzle based. There's a lot of politics. So much death, like almost too much death. I cried a couple of times, and each time I play over again, it still makes me cry. I'm sad that you won't get to hear the music until after you listen to the end result of this, but I have a hotkey that takes us to it. It's been playing in the background. Let me take us there. If you're ready, are you ready?
Ready? Let's do it.
Let's fucking go. I just have to trust that the audio isn't blowing us away, but we didn't do 1,000 fucking audio checks.
Oh, we're good. We got it all in the bag. Look at this game.
Yeah,
I definitely didn't watch this B-roll footage for like an hour today. Well, I do want to say this though. I do like that like there's a mixture between the actual like animated cutscenes in this game. That's not something you saw in PlayStation games at all.
Yeah, this was the first time I saw that too. I was very impressed, and this was really before I got into anime. Besides Sailor Moon, that doesn't count, or Dragon Ball Z, because we didn't have access to that stuff. I kind of want to let it get to its original scene, and it will after this, but these were some of the most epic fucking boss fights, and these puzzles were rough. That's not me playing, it's just the trailer.
Yeah.
Are you into puzzle games, Moon?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Legend of Zelda's a pretty common denominator for folks, but I do enjoy a good game with good puzzle. Like, physics-based puzzles are okay, but I prefer something that makes me think a little bit more. But I do like games like, Prince of Persia and things like that have similar puzzle-based systems. But yeah, this is up my alley.
Yeah, one thing we didn't test though is whether or not the game will work if I started playing. So let's just let it at least get to this. Let it get to the cutscene, and that will be another test. Maybe not. To the very beginning screen. Yeah, this is one of the last temples, which was very difficult. And he's a pimp, if you didn't know.
A straight pimp, like literal pimp. A wholesome pimp.
Okay, yeah, ladies.
They're gonna fuck. Are they gonna fuck?
There's no fucking. I wish. He thinks about things. He honors the dead. This wasn't, and you can't hear the music, but this music that they play for the trailer, it's trash. Trash compared to the actual soundtrack. This is a long trailer. We're just gonna go for start.
Push start, do it.
Pushing start. 1997! Will you start from the beginning?
So, does this mean you haven't played this yet on your computer?
No, I've been playing. Actually, let me move you real quick. Hey. Alright. So, as one does in all RPGs, you speak to everybody. Well, the old RPGs. Sometimes these newer ones don't have that anymore. Have you forgotten where your cabin is again? We'll just say yes. Damnation for the 5th time, lad. Cabin is the one on the right. Thank you. Very nice. Certainly not the sharpest cutlass on the rack. Cutlass. Is that meat? Is it food?
Cutlass is the sword.
Thank you.
It's a scabbard.
What? Oh.
It's a scabbard, like a curved blade.
I gotcha. Can't tell you how weary I am of looking at the sea and the clouds for days. So nothing happens until I speak to everybody. I could read this all out, but I think that folks can read as well. I found a few folks.
Mostly can.
Yeah. Found a few folks on YouTube because I missed this game so much when I didn't have a PlayStation as I got older, and I had a kid, and I would watch people on YouTube. But this is before Twitch came out.
So you've watched a lot of gameplay of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I like watching. So I don't know what's wrong with me, but there are games that I'll never touch myself, but I always want to watch the gameplay of because I want to see how their story goes. So
really,
I'm weird like that. There's games that I know I'll never have the attention span for, but I'll be like, I can watch someone play this.
Witcher, I think, is like that. I will not play Witcher 1 and 2.
Because
But
that's
I'll
a
watch somebody
fair.
play it.
If anyone has any idea what that's like, Witcher 1 and 2 are absolutely bogged down with terrible game mechanics and combat mechanics, and the story is there though. It's the Witcher story and it's good.
Yeah.
Like it's got all them characters that people like from The Witcher. But yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck that. You can't go 3 and then go backwards. I tried, and I was done. I was like, I can't even jump over this rock, which you can't in Witcher 3 too. When you're in battle mode in Witcher 3, I can't jump over simple ledges that I could beforehand. That made me so angry.
Yep. If you're in combat, you got your sword out, you roll.
Yes, that's true. I've
You
seen that you've
roll
been playing Witcher
instead.
lately.
Yes, that's actually why I can relate to that so hard, because I had that literal issue on stream once. Like, what do you mean I can't get over this foot ledge? I am
know.
the Butcher of Blaviken. I am Geralt of Rivia. I can't conquer this. So I guess the first thing I'm noticing about this game is the art style. Like and maybe it's because it's kind of the intro, but there seems like a lot of detail in the scenery. I love it.
Yeah, they really take their time, I think, with this. And again, I have to find everybody, talk to everybody. You can fall from ledges. You should be able to. No, not from this one, I guess. You fall from ledges, but you'll be okay. Oh, they have some instances, this is a platformer also, where you have to be on the very, very edge of a platform to make it to another side. And I thought that was horseshit. It's my room! Come to bed.
Like you
Ooh,
made
can we
it.
talk to that one person? It's a noticeable crack. No bomb, though.
Noticeable. Gotta have something to do with that. We all know what that means. We played Zelda. We know what's happening here.
I
But
appreciate
yeah, that's
that, though.
I don't. The consistency, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a little cheap, right? But it says so. My character, and we're not gonna get to play too much of it, I think, because it takes a long time. I think how much I think I can put if I'm trying to get everything 25 hours into it. He's a dream walker. He can enter other folks' dreams. And he's special. Everyone is human. He's the only elven type. You can barely tell, but his ears are pointed. In the Witcher universe, he would be persecuted.
Yes. As well as the Dragon Age universe. But that's interesting because I don't know. I think so. You can you do different things? Like you said, your character is this dream walker. Is that like a specific skill set? I mean, I know this is not like RPG in the RPG sense, but like, what is it? Is there like a progression for character, like leveling or anything like that?
So you don't level up. The fight is very hack and slash. But you accumulate items the way Link does, and
Right.
that's how you progress within the world. So, for instance, like that, what we just saw, the crack, I would need a what do you call it? A bomb. Now, in this scene, though, this is just supposed to be the intro. I'm supposed to talk to everybody. I thought I talked to everybody. Where is everybody? Okay, there. See, there's been a change. Now he's at the wheel. This is the captain, making me nervous. Go lie down. So that is key for go to sleep. And everyone knows what happens when we sleep. Something bad. Now,
Something bad
go to my
happens
room.
every time you sleep.
Every time you sleep.
And his sleep is bad for you.
Only in games. Or all RPGs have you wake up from sleep. Insert hero name. Wake up, wake up. You were supposed to be someplace.
It's okay. So if you're gonna try to tell someone to like digest this game, like to start to play it, like what do they need to prepare themselves for this game? Is it just some experience with Zelda games, or no experience necessary? Just jump in.
I think that having prior experience with games like Zelda would help. I don't think that folks younger than us would have a lot of patience for it because there's a lot of reading. And a lot of trial and error. I wouldn't really recommend... if my daughter played this and she's 13, she'd be angry. So right now I'm having a dream, though. I'm having a dream about where I'm going to be. Lars is supposed to be a guardian that is telling me that I have to help a particular village. You didn't hear it, but this is one of the songs that I really like. It's a little terrifying, but this is a nightmare. There's a scream. My sister and I used to say, "Oh my gosh, that scream! How professional was that?" You'll hear it later, though.
Okay.
But this is where I'm destined to go, and these people are in trouble. They're in trouble, Moon. There's a lot of religion. There's a lot of politics. I already mentioned death, but you don't even. It's so sad.
I don't even know.
Kids die. They call me Releaser. I know it is the village, my main neighborhood, it's my hood. And below its murky surface is a demon that has slumbered for 1,000 years. This demon thrives off of prayer, the way I imagine gods must have once upon a time. That's why they crave it. So Malzas said he's supposed to be this 1,000-year-old demon who has tricked these people into believing that he's a god. So he receives their prayer and becomes stronger. And now Lars and these other guardians are challenging him, and they're using my main character Alundra to fight the good fight and to show these people that this is a cult. This is not a god.
I'm already into this theme heavily. I love it.
It's very culty. The church has a lot of power in this game. These guardians they are not quite deities, they're simply spirits, but they've been given authority. And that's why they can, but they themselves cannot fight this demon. This demon is just too strong, and with the more prayer that he receives, the stronger he becomes.
So, just go, what's the solution? You just go kill everyone that's praying to him?
I wish. Well, so those people, because they have been praying to him, they've become possessed. They've become haunted by Malzas' power. And right now, Lars is trying to speak to me. Malzas is just kind of interrupting and going, whatever, y'all can't do anything about it. Lars is like, well, then why you gotta come here? Why did you have to interrupt this conversation? It's because you're worried. That the Guardians don't have much time when they're speaking to anybody in the human realm. Lars is trying as best he can with his lasting energy to give this final message. So he probably could have said more until the demon came to interrupt.
And stole his time in the spotlight.
And now he took over. Today is Lars, tomorrow's you, Releaser. And then the end of mankind, it is destiny, it is fate. Look at his eyes, though. They glow.
What
Even
a
the sound
jerk.
effects.
Oh,
He's real.
giving me big jock vibes.
Fuck a jock. So right now I'm trying to walk around with you. Nothing that you learn about these older games, there is no time limit unless you legitimately see a countdown. So I used to just chill, like, haha, there's no rush. But we go. And the scene is actually making, it's making me walk. Awkwardly, I'm stumbling.
Oh, yeah, this is...
I can pick these up, smash. That's what you do when you go into someone else's room, you smash. No, you smash. You smash everything. Okay, anyway. Onward.
The visual on the shaking is worrisome. That actually gave me a little bit of a headache. Looking at that for too long. Wow.
Yeah, shit's going down steadfast.
It really puts you in the place of what's happening.
Yeah.
This is a PlayStation game?
This is a PlayStation game, yep. So, the captain and the crew being a little haughty. Like, there's been no wave. The Lady of the Ocean has never been able to take us down. However, a reef can. Like an iceberg. And they go, no! No, it's Titanic. See, he's dead. That's the...
It's just a lot of dead people right off the bat.
Dead.
I can see what you mean about this being really, really impactful.
I spoke to all these fools. They were my buddies. Now I'm not dead. I'm strong. I'm an elf. So I'm on a beach. There's debris.
It's a beach day. Just relax.
This guy here, Jesse's my boy. Father figure. Takes me into his home. He gives me food. He gives me clothes. He gives me a bed. And he's like, you could just stay here, you know? It's all good. Now, you can't hear it, but the music, this is Jesse's, what do you call? Jesse's theme. It just felt very warm, fatherly. He's supposed to have some kind of accent. I can't kind of pick out what sort of accent it's supposed to be. I think that's the Japanese trying to make an accent. He always says, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if he's hood.
That's his catchphrase. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Yep. He's a swordsmith. Blacksmith, I suppose. Unless he only makes swords, but he can also make armor. So he would be an armorer. A blacksmith, right? But he lives alone here. And then...
The dialogue is kind of funny. Just reading the dialogue along with this is the way the characters speak is really dates the game to like what was cool in the PlayStation era.
90s.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, he's really sweet. He's a catchy bear. So, in all these games as well... Oh, he will tell me. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about you, my new friend. You're welcome to stay here until you are fully recovered. And then he tells me he lives by myself. And then when I leave, he'll be a lonely old fat man again. Not that you should feel bad.
Oh my god.
So Jesse, why you gotta say all that? Okay, his name is Jess, but I like to say Jesse because Jess feels a little... he seems a little more masculine than Jess. So we got special diary. We'll go ahead and use it. He says, how many ways can you write made a sword today?
That's actually clever dialogue. I like it.
It is. It's very well written. I never get tired of it. I think it was a little over my head sometimes when I was playing it as a younger girl, but I was all about it. And I wonder sometimes if these games... Oh yeah, so that's me going at the end. Confronting Ronan. Ronan's a douche. Ronan's head of the church.
Confronting Ronan. Oh, that's the end? You get to take out the head of the church. That's... Spoiler alert. Sounds like my kind of game.
Now, it's not the end, but I'm very close to the end there. Yeah, so you go explore. If you find anything, it's all yours. A little bit buggy. You see, I can walk like... I'm supposed to be hidden behind that wall, but it's all good. Don't worry about it.
So this, right in the center at the top, these 10 diamonds. Well, it says there's 10 of 10. What are those?
Those are my heart containers. I start off with 10. What I just smashed a pot because I'm nice to this person and I respect his things. It gave me an additional if I didn't have one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this here is a special chest. I don't have access, I can tell, because it has a little hole in it. Hole means key. Oi! He tells me. So many people in the small village. Have you met them all, Alundra? Of course not. I just got here. I feel strong to explore the village. Is this good? People I know are very nice. Not as nice as me, of course. But they try. If you start to feel weak, be sure to come back here and rest. Alright, so I can totally use my bed to replenish my health and mana if I get it. Now this chick, you can't quite tell, but the original artwork, I got a little booklet, and they drew them out anime style. Her eyes were very deep red. She doesn't get to sleep. Kind of like you when we trouble you.
Oh, I feel so bad for her then.
Yeah, but she can see into the future, and she knows everybody. The one from my dreams, the one summoned from the realm of our unconscious. You've come to save us. Now people think she's a little crazy, but everybody in this town, they all have an issue. Hers is not being able to sleep, but she sees into the future. We have a witch, similar to Zelda. She lives in this house if I don't know my way, and I have to pay her. I think she gives me my first one free though. Estelle. So we have families here. We have children. We have a young couple. And everybody is affected in the worst ways. And I actually become... they make the player quite attached to these characters. So as things happen to each of them, first of all, you get to know them better because you get to go into their dreams and you can see what it is that they think about regularly. And sometimes you can save them and sometimes you can't. And it's very frustrating. So this guy's a drunk. He be drinking. What's he drinking? I want some. He's hiccuping, rubbing his mouth. Gustav.
I kind of like the whole approach to that though, like, because it's not like to get a puzzle game that actually also gets you that in depth with characters as well. That's rare because they want to make so much room for telling this grand apocalyptic story instead of like individual stories. So I love that because I mean, when you think about like Zelda, I love the series, but like it does focus so much on like you see a character, like, oh yeah, that's the guy that owns the horses. That's the guy I get Epona from. Like that's the guy that lost his chickens in the last 6 games. I gotta help him find his chickens again. You know,
right.
Like so right. the depth of characters for this game.
I wonder if these. I'm sure these folks played Zelda and they're like, we can make this better. I love Zelda. I mean, we all grew up with it. But I actually got into an unintentional debate with somebody that Zelda, at least the old ones, were not story heavy. And this person I was speaking with was livid. Of course they're story heavy. I'm like, I mean, not like story heavy. Would you? No. I've played heavy games. Just not. Anyways, the conversation was over as soon as it began. I was comparing it to like old JRPGs, which are story heavy.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot of dialogue you're gonna find in even the turn of the century ones. Like, I mean, honestly, I think that the best thing about Zelda is that it's not inconspicuous. It's not specific. You know, you can fill yourself into the role. You can imagine it however you want. The bottom line is you're trying to save the world, and that's all that matters. And it's that the vagueness is comforting because it's expected from the series. Yeah. I think if a Zelda game came out and you got like this massive backstory for Link, it'd be like, no, Link is the clay doll I used to play this game. Right. What do you mean? Totally. What do you mean I have a whole story about his grandma and his grandfather and his uncle and his nephew?
Now, don't get me wrong, there is lore, but that's a lot of times that's what you kind of have to look into for Zelda. It's not as in you don't have dialogue like this. A lot of them don't even have names. They're just the guy in the shop. But everybody has something to do with the story here. And they're all very serious. So, Myra is mother of the woman Nadia outside. And like I said, everybody in this game has an issue. And a lot of it has to do with their dreams. But the one that I just met, the woman that was upstairs who had the man downstairs that was drunk, she went insane. And the villagers are blaming him for it. But he swears it's not him. She's become possessed. And here, every time... I believe it's Nadia that sleeps, something explodes. So everyone has something. And I don't quite know yet what I'm supposed to do. I know.
That's interesting, though. Yeah, you know.
I know what I gotta do.
But is there like a specific order that you wind up having to interact with these people in, or is it just...
there's a trigger, right? So first I have to talk to everybody, just like I did with the boat, and that's kind of how you know. There is only one village, and it's this village. And I spend a lot of time here. You venture out, we have dungeons, we have temples, we have underwater lakes that come above water. Similar to Zelda again, and I hate referencing it too much because it really is its own game, but it just adopts a lot. I have to collect these gems so that I can finally fight the boss.
Yeah.
Grandpa Sekir. Grandpa Sekir, this guy right here, though, is in love with the next door neighbor, the chick that told me that she's busy, the one that blows up shit when she sleeps. So, Daddy is reaching his end. Now, we have one scientist in the village. There always has to be the one. When you When you mow the lawn for them, you get money. You get hearts. So we got where are you at? Where are you at? Now, when these folks come to know me, though, they start to really dislike me. Because obviously they can't see what it is that I'm doing. When I enter these folks' dream, I'll try my best to get into at least one dream, and the first one that I got into was the saddest one to me.
Oh boy.
Okay, maybe not the saddest.
We like sad. We like sad, right? As humans, we like sad. For some reason, does that make sense? We like sad.
We do. Well, yeah, it feels human, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was playing The Last of Us 2 and games like this, life can be shitty, but then when you're these people, you're like, it can be worse. It was a good way to escape. It was our Korean drama, right? So I can't get in here yet.
Yeah.
That's all right. Obviously, that's for later. So everybody's my friend now.
Where now?
Gonna be soon. So this is where this should be. Let me see. I want to go. I think it's this house. Where's my scientist? There you are. So he tinkers. He makes things. It's fancy. It's special. That's not how you get to them. This is how you get to them. What is that? I think that it makes beer. Septimus. If I take that tonic, by means of reverse osmosis, it very well might be the cure to depression. If you come for the groceries, just leave the food anywhere. I don't have time. Yes, he's busy. He got money. Whenever
his name is Septimus?
Septimus, yes, Septimus. They block off. I'm not allowed to go out yet. I'll try. I'll go, oi. No, can't.
Typical, very typical.
They've been telling me
Whenever...
that I've made Jess happy. Go ahead.
Yeah, why don't they let you leave, though? But whenever I see, like, a blocker, like a blatant block like this in a game where there's a character trying to stop, I always think of, and again, back to Zelda, what is it, the N64 one, Ocarina of Time, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. When before you leave the Kakorika village, or whatever it's called, there's this bully kid just guarding the entryway, and the character model just like hands on his hips, mean mugging you, and like rotates around the entrance as you try to go around him and blocks you. Yep. It's all I can think of when I see those things.
and then they match, right? Which way you're going?
Yeah. That's iconic imagery that it brings back my childhood.
Yeah. Yep. They really took away all of the. They didn't add too much animation to this, which is fine. I think they wanted to put the focus mostly on perhaps the art and the puzzles. I'm sure they put a lot of effort into the puzzles. So Beaumont is our mayor here. You can tell because he has the biggest house in the neighborhood. They have 2 children. I thought. Wait a minute, am I wrong? There's supposed to be 2 twins. Where are they? They might be running around making trouble. Yeah.
Well, there's beds for them, so they must exist somewhere.
They're here somewhere, shit. Where are the kids at? Y'all don't even know where your kids are at.
Yeah, you don't know where your kids are. I was just thinking the same thing.
Same. But I appreciate all the little details they put into the chairs, and even see they got the little cracks in the brick. Yeah,
like even the cobblestone around the fountain, it all looks really, really nice.
Yeah,
detailed.
You can even see here too. Her eyes are pretty red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that she's in a different position. Maybe this will let me leave. She just said I look shorter. That's not very nice. Okay, so we got 3 more houses. I think something else will happen. So we got Keisha and Giles. Giles is devout to a fault.
Oh boy.
They've come here to learn more about the gods. And they want to help. She says it in a sweet way. She wants to help others build strength. They're just trying to get followers. Do you believe in the gods? No? And you simply have yet to feel their presence. Oh, he says he doesn't. I don't even realize it was the gods who guided me here. Not sure it was a storm. I really was not on my way here. But that's alright.
Interesting.
Right? That's this house.
These are this is the house of the zealots.
Yep, it is the House of the Zealots. He is quite devout. I think I went into this one already. If not, I think I go back to Jesse, and we should be good for the whatever happens, and then the trigger for something new to happen. Can't interact with dog. You can go down chimneys when they're not huffing and puffing. There are actually a lot of secrets. Oh, and the item shop. Now, this is a little different. When you want an item, you have to pick it up and hold it over your head. And then you gotta... I used to try really hard from far away to throw it. 5 Gilder! I don't know. I'm okay for now. That's all I got. That's all I got, bitch. Okay, tank Snammy. I'm new here, so then these are obviously more expensive. This is another health container. This is magic to replenish my mana. That's to replenish more health than this, because this is chump change. And this, I think, I did not have access to the entire game. Yep, not for sale. Then put it away! Don't put it there. Well, let me see. And you try to leave with it. I know these are tough times.
Wow.
I'm afraid I'll have to break your kneecaps.
Dang! Homie does not play around at all.
Put it upstairs. This is also one of those games where if you miss a scene, something will happen. Some of these houses will be destroyed. You have to collect whatever item that you remember you saw, or you can never get it. And sometimes it's very important. Haven't I met them all?
Who's left? Maybe you have to meet the twins.
There's twin 1. Boom. Talus, talking to me. The son of the mayor. When I wish to address you, peasant, I'll let you know. It's a little shit. Stary's off limits, so just buy a clue and beat it. Stupid.
What a little jerk.
So I actually hoped, though, and see, you can see why this is very much a game that you don't really play for others. You just kind of sit in silence and think.
No, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's a single-player game. Obviously, this is
right.
The aim, but no, it's nice to. I mean, honestly, I'm just letting you tell me about it, and you're very passionate about it, and I think it's awesome to.
I am Dex. Dex mode. This is my favoriteest game of all time. I'm pretty positive though, so I'm gonna go ask the witch to read my oracle. Show me the way. Okay, so we stand before just like the one in Zelda. They show you where to go. Yes, show me. I see.
She also calls you releaser.
She does. She fancy. Your first act should be to make friends with the... Yeah. Actually, Crystal didn't tell me that. She's good manners. Did your mother teach you anything? Okay, that's not nice.
Oh.
I'm good.
That I'm gonna say that the game just broke the fourth wall a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like that.
I appreciate that too. Yeah, me too. Then she's trying to charge me 15 Gilder. Girl, I only have 5. Okay. But then after that, they replenish your strength and magic. They don't call it health and mana, it's strength and magic.
Very different.
Speaking of Oracle though, Moon. She just read my fortune. I did have something special for you. I know how it can be sometimes to just sit and watch people play game. And although I appreciate you very much, I wanted to actually read your oracle, the Korean style, if you would have me.
Oh, 100% yes. I absolutely am into that. I want to experience that.
Sweet. Let me just find this goddamn. I know it's just one more person. I'm certain. The fuck are they? Who did I miss? I think I spoke with everybody now. Time to go back. I'm gonna go back to Jesse. We're gonna go back to Jesse one more time. If I didn't do it right, We're just gonna go ahead with the oracle.
Okay.
And I've been practicing. Jesse, come on, Jesse. Okay, no, Jesse, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
There's gotta be somebody out there just waiting to meet you.
Okay, I can't give up. I can't give up.
I love this because there's just this one villager's like, oh, everyone's met you, and who the hell are you talking about?
Alundra's rude. He's kind of rude. We said hi to everybody but me. Did I not come up here? No, we're good. I think I'm supposed to meet Sybil. Sybil is the one with the red eyes. I think I'm supposed to meet her mother. I don't remember if I met her already. She's all the way upstairs. Did I go up here? There you are, bitch. I'm waiting for you. You look much better than you did when Jesse first met you. I know, I almost died. She's talking about her daughter? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No need to be afraid. I wasn't. She often has strange dreams and speaks strangely of them, but my daughter is very sweet and a loving person. I know, she's very kind and cute and good. Okay, that's it.
I love the notion that you would just walk up to the stranger you just met and was like, yo, I met this crazy looking person. Oh, that's your child? Oh, shoot.
Oh, rule here, quick way to make money. You just, every time you see grass, you just gotta cut it. Just do what you're supposed to do and cut it. But we're not gonna do that today. Let's just say that we did. We're gonna read this goddamn oracle. I talked to Sybil's mama.
Let's do it.
We're gonna save. That was a lot of talking.
So,
Right.
this oracle thing, right?
Yeah.
Is this a recent thing for you getting into it?
This is recent. And let me change the musical. Good sir. You'll hear it later. I'll put what's called pansori. Pansori is old Korean opera, if you would, and that's how we were able to pass down stories from centuries ago. So we'll go ahead and get in here. Turn game off. Audio. Turn music on. You'll be able to hear it later.
That's cool. I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, man. And then button. Pew. So I brought some drinks for us. You can't partake clearly, but you can imagine.
Yes.
We don't call on any spirits. These are my cards earlier. I was a little anxious today, and I decided to draw mine and just see what they had to say. And sometimes it's a little eerie. This is supposed to be the universe message to you, what I should release, and what I'm supposed to do. And it was a little too close to home. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and put you away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Put those
them away.
away.
I'll put those away for now. You have two choices, Moon. But before we do that, we pour one for the ancestors. Is there anybody that you would like to honor? We don't call upon spirits. We just honor our ancestors as we would anyway. Give me more than one person. You can just think about them. You don't have to tell me who they are. But feel free if you... Yeah.
I've got that person in mind.
Okay. So we pour for that person or persons. And this is not very strong, but it's very tasty rice wine. It's called makgeolli. Pour one for my grandmother, and I pour one for my grandfather on my dad's side, whose birthday just passed. He would have been 90. And then, Moon, we cheers with each other. I'll help you drink yours, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate the help.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I pour one for you, and I pour one for me.
I had to write that down. Rice wine makgeolli?
It's called makgeolli, yeah. So
Okay.
let's get a little close. M-A-K.
I see.
Yeah, makgeolli. You can find it at any Asian grocery store. So we cheers, pew. And we
Cheers.
Pew, pew, and pew. Now, you don't look at the ancestors, but we assume they're not looking at us anyway. You turn away from the elders and you drink.
I'm out of water, otherwise I would drink.
No water, just booze. We'll put them on the side to enjoy the booze and talk shit about us.
Yeah, this seems about right.
So typically in the old days, you would dance to call upon the ancestors, asking for their guidance. But I'm not going to dance, so we're just going to use these pictures and give them some comics.
Perfect.
This is old. This is an old Buddhist. It's just a cloth where you put all of your valuables when you want to honor Buddha, because a lot of those folks did honor Buddha back in those days, and this is to show that all religions are welcome here, because you never know a person's road to the divine. You have two choices. This is very, very old, and this adopts Chinese mythology. This is very Korea-centric, though, and it's on the newer side, but still old in style. So they're both read the same way. It's just up to you.
Let's do Korea style. Let's do that.
Okay.
On the right.
Cool. These are harder anyway. Sometimes I'm like, the fuck does that mean? So think of something that you may have been thinking of a lot. If you have a particular question, or is there something that you want guidance for? When you have that in mind, go ahead and give me a shape. That's how I'm going to lay out the cards for you. And I'm going to shuffle as you're thinking of that. And they're very beautiful. They have this like gold sheen to them.
How vague does the shape need to be? And will I have to bring this thing up? Will I have to say what this thing is that I'm thinking about?
You don't have to. But what I would like is for you just a simple yes or no if the cards did speak to you.
Okay.
But throw your intentions. Intentions that it can be. Distance has nothing to do with intention. We can feel a person's love from galaxies away, as Interstellar has shown us. Burr. Make me stay, burr.
I love it. Okay. Yeah, I have my focus.
Okay, great. Whenever you're ready, throw me the shape, and we will start laying them out.
Crescent moon.
Crescent, all right. Shit.
Circle? Is that better?
No. Crescent moon is the best. Now, is the sea this way, or is it this way? Or is it this...
That way.
Is it this way?
way number one.
One, this way.
Yes.
All right, got it. Gotcha.
Crescent moon, otherwise known as Pac-Man.
There is an old personality game. You draw, I think it's 7, 8 things. One of the items is a moon, okay? And depending on how you draw the moon, whether it's full or whether it's crescent, it's supposed to determine how cold-hearted or not you are. So wow. I drew a crescent moon. My mom was like, that's why your heart is so cold. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm the nicest fucking person you know. Pleasantly surprised you chose crescent, though.